There is one question that raises almost everyone's anxiety as they think about moving to Southeast Florida. Can I afford to live here? At first, the idea starts out with excitement, palm trees, beaches, no more winter. But then the numbers start to roll in. Housing expenses, insurance, utilities, and that excitement, it gets mixed with some uncertainty. So in this video, I'm going to show you what it actually costs to live here and why many people decide the extra expense is absolutely worth it. During my time living in Southeast Florida, I've made it my goal to talk to as many people who have moved here from the Midwest as possible, and not many of them have regretted it. But the thing they do regret is not understanding the financial picture before they move down. What does it actually cost to live in places like Boca Raton or West Palm Beach? Let's break that down. The first category is housing, and this can be a big perspective shift for people when they move here. In Southeast Florida, an average size single-family home generally sells between $500,000 to $800,000, and in higher end areas like Boca Raton, it can be $700,000 to around $1.1 million. There are many houses that sell beneath that and many houses that sell way above that, but as long as you're not trying to live on the water, you can probably find a house that falls within those ranges. And those who are starting out renting, $1,800 to $2,400 is a standard range for most one-bedroom apartments. If you're from a city like Chicago, that may not be a big adjustment, but if you're from a small town or a city like St. Louis or Kansas City, that's a substantial increase. Now the surprise isn't just the price, it's also what that price gets you. You may be trading a larger house with a basement and extra room indoors for a slightly smaller house with a pool and a backyard that's set up for year-round living. You're not just buying square footage here, you're buying a lifestyle. And the families that I know here, they see that extra expense as a small price to pay to not be cooped up indoors all winter with their families. Next is homeowners insurance, and this is a category that can catch many people off guard. Buyers here are often finding their premiums landing between $3,500 to $8,000, and they can be more, especially if you find yourself in a flood-prone area. And this number can be shocking to people, especially if you're coming from the Midwest. Plan on shopping your rates each year that you're here to make sure that you have the most reasonably priced homeowners insurance for your home. This next category surprises people, but in a positive way: property taxes. Compared to many Midwestern states, property taxes in Florida are actually very reasonable. If you take two identically priced houses, one in the Midwest and one down here, typically the taxes down here will be less. Plus, no state income tax, and if it's your primary residence, you can apply for the homestead exemption. These savings can offset some of the higher costs in housing down here. So yes, Florida tends to be more expensive, but not in every category. Just a quick tip: if you're researching property tax amounts, don't go to a listing or to Zillow because you will likely not be paying what that owner is paying. Go to the assessor's sites, which I'll list below in the descriptions, enter in the purchase price that you think you'll get the property at, and those sites will give you a fair estimate of what you should be paying when you buy that property. And then we have auto insurance, and this is the one that caught me off guard. When I moved from Missouri to Florida, my insurance premium more than doubled. It is not uncommon here for drivers to find their premiums landing between $200 to $350 per month. So it's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely something that people notice. And hopefully by this point, you're noticing something important. It's not one giant expense that changes life here, but it's several smaller increases that add up. This next one is one that almost no one budgets correctly: electric bills. In the Midwest, your major utility expense tends to be heating your home during the winter. In Southeast Florida, it's your air conditioner. Air conditioners run almost year-round because even if it's not super hot, it's still humid and you need to run your air conditioner. It is not uncommon to see electric bills land between $250 to $500 a month depending on the size of your home. But the trade-off is typically no gas bills, and the water here tends to be a little cheaper. Groceries and daily expenses are moderately more expensive here, not enough to break the bank. A typical family spends between $750 to $1,000 a month on groceries, which works itself out to be about $100 to $200 more a month here than what you're currently spending. Dining out also becomes a part of life for many people. It's just a part of the culture here, and it adds up quickly. The weather's beautiful, your friends want to get together, and you find yourself outdoors at a local restaurant. Coming in from the Midwest, you can expect to spend between 10 to 15% more here. And everyone with a family knows that childcare expenses can be a major cost. In Southeast Florida, the average daycare charges between $1,200 to $1,900 per month per child. Interestingly though, this may be an expense that doesn't shock people as much as they expect. If you're from a larger metro like Chicago, these may feel like fairly standard prices. But if you're from a smaller town or lower cost area, these prices can be a bit of an adjustment. Now, after hearing all this, you might be asking yourself, so why exactly are people still moving here? And honestly, for most of us, the lifestyle is simply worth it. You wake up each day to sunshine, you spend more time outdoors, and naturally, you live a more active lifestyle. You are living in a vacation destination. And emotionally, people say they simply feel lighter just living here. Fewer days indoors, less worn down by the weather, and surrounded by tropical beauty. And the happiest people here generally understand one thing. You're not just paying more, you're investing in a healthy, active, outdoor lifestyle. So let's simplify this. Depending on where you're moving in from and your lifestyle, you're gonna spend 20 to 30, maybe 50% more here. And so much of this depends on your personal situation and your preferences. Feel free to reach out to me with questions to help narrow that down. And if you're looking for areas that Midwesterners are drawn to here in Southeast Florida, check out this video I made on the 5 best cities for Midwest families.